Finally, after so long, it's over here and my project is complete. Hello everyone, I'm No Life and this is your missing 15th episode of Weekly Dose of 5 Digits. Today I will be covering the last weekend of the 5-Digit World Cup with some special guests Fesco, Convex, Mega Hello and Temper to cover these amazing matches. Fesco will take the Showmatch, Convex will be covering France vs Netherlands, and lastly, Mega Hello and Temper will close us out with both matches of France vs Russia. But before we dive into the action of the main tourney, in the minor league of 5WC, the United States take the top 2 spots again as the C team won against Singapore B, and then the B team wins it all against their own C team 7-1. With this win, Crickard, Hydro, Pristine, Noobish Person, ZFR, Cannon Fodder, Felix Sosa, and Wararachnid are your 9th winners of April and 36th winners of 2023. And with that, let's now hop aboard the main 5WC action. Take it away, Fesco.
But before we get into the main action, we have a light-hearted, fun show match between the All-Stars of the East and West, with entertaining performances all around by Zefkiel, MeCutie, and several others as they demonstrate the difficulty of the last and hardest map of 5WC, possibly the hardest of all 5-digit tourneys up to this point.
2.
It's basically a full combo reset for everyone, and 500k score lead is not going to be comebackable, and the map's over. So that'll be yet another point to the west. Is half of America. Let's get started.
Yay. And
Azurium.
And
Azurium
wait,
can actually
what's
play
happening?
maps like this. What is going on?
What's
Is the US
happening?
playing with their... I think they're playing all mouse. Like, something has to be going on.
Oh no, they're
because-
single tapping.
Oh, they're all single tapping? Are you serious?
They
Oh,
are in these
Azurium's
series.
not. Azurium's not anymore. He gave up. It's the first 3 picks. But, I mean... Okay, Kisoi, what the hell? What the hell?
I haven't paid any attention. Wait, he's still single tapping, right?
He single tapped that entire pattern.
Holy!
Yeah.
Nice.
It has some uncontested combo, but 200k and I think the map is just over. I mean, the map was over before, like, as soon as loading in, because, Okay, so, boys, if we're gonna do this, please not have your troll player in the number 1 slot. Please and thank you.
Only one miss actually by me cute.
Pinchism also had 1 miss.
Yeah, the last part is coming up right now. The problem is Zefkiel, he only high combo for the east side. The problem is West, we are recovering right now. Birchman, Luskachuch, Azurium, we can actually take the lead back, and we are going
Here
to
we
take
go.
the lead back.
But here we go.
Oh my god! Zefkiel!
And he's still hitting it.
Zefkiel!
And everyone on the side of the west missed.
He's hitting it! He's taking actually.
It's just going right now. The shakes are actually helping him hit some of these notes. And what is going on right now? And Zefkiel missing, but it's not mattering. He secured his team the victory.
Wait.
Zefkiel single-handedly. Wait, is there time though? There's still combo. There's still. They've got combo though. It's slowly going down.
Oh my god!
But we see some misses from his Dorian and Luskachuch. But Jolly Rancher still holding a 300 combo, but DVD kind of matching it. Oh, this is so close, but Birchman's got some combo too, but it's not gonna matter.
Oh my god.
Zefkiel single-handedly destroying that map.
Me cute actually still holding combo. And he actually FC'd the part. Wait, he's actually going insane.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Oh my god! He hit that! What is that? That's disgusting!
The first real match of the Grand Finals weekend is underway as we start off with France against the Netherlands in the losers bracket. The dynamic duo of UC2 and Celine against the French super team. We start off with Nomad 2 and Mize putting his team on his back to take the first map on Nomad 2.
Celine tried to put up a really scary score, but Mize held on a lot longer. Wow. Nice first pick from France. Even as the Ghost 2 memory overlay breaks, it's still gonna definitely be a France win, taking their own first pick of the match. Very nice by them. Crazy score from Mize, crazy score from Celine.
Unhidden 3 as a display of pure skill and sheer dominance. UC2 shows why he is the best 5-digit hidden player in the 5-digit world as he carries the Dutch dynasty, tying up the score 1-1.
Get into it now.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And
First key eye of the map.
oh, but that's like, oh, it's so weird though because Celine missing, but the entirety of France missing, and I mean, this is kind of what we just talked about. I mean, UC2 is just,
It's that one guy.
it's the one guy. Like,
Yep.
you can't. I mean,
Yep.
it was already out of the way. UC2. Absolutely,
Nah, there's
we
no
talk
way.
about the best players in the world for 5 digits right now, but I think people just overshadow UC2 because of how good Celine is. UC2 is the best hidden player in the entire world. UC2, what are you doing? You absolute monster.
You don't FC that in tournament. You don't. I don't care who you are, you don't FC that map. There are 4 digits who would call that their best.
Skipping ahead at 2-2 with France picking Nomad 3. UC2 and Celine puts up a stellar performance as usual, but the support from Unveiled Golem puts the Netherlands up on top, getting their first break point with the score now being 3-2.
2 standout performance. France better team score. This was a straight up Netherlands had a better team score than France.
Yeah. Golem struggled a bit, but like
Towards the end.
or sorry, not Golem. XD struggled a bit, but
Yeah.
Golem really
Stepped
popped
up.
off on that map, even beating I guess 3 or 2 players on the side of France. I thought it was 3. But yeah. Oh my.
With Netherlands picking Fremont 1 to enable UC2's hidden gaming, he is carrying Netherlands on his back, getting a 1 miss and bringing Netherlands up 4-2 with an incredibly strong start to the match.
UC2. I mean, there's
That's
this person is if this person gets hidden, then you just lose. Is the conclusion. I mean, it's just kind of unfortunate. And France had everything going for them correct, and just handful of misses.
That's
Handful of misses just made
that's
it.
heartbreaking.
And
That's
that's one
so
miss.
heartbreaking. 1 miss from
What,
UC2
99?
on that map.
But with Hard Rock 2 being played, UC2 and Celine aren't as comfortable, and Drackles is showing that they aren't the only carries in this match as he pulls out a late combo run, bringing France the win 4-3.
One from
A bunch of misses
UC4.
from Netherlands, and Drackles is still holding. He needs to
He
keep
hits
holding
the
until the
space
end.
pattern.
He's hitting everything right now.
He
And
hit that
hits-
space
oh,
pattern.
and did it. I think that's it. There's not enough
That's
combo
it.
left. He did it. And
Wow.
okay, Drackles.
Wow.
Drackles putting the team on their back right there, and that is exactly what you want to see from France. That is perfect. Look at the scores from UC2 and UC3. That is what you want to see. You do not want to see anything over 500. And then look at France.
As Netherlands picks Fremont 2, the first showcase of teamwork is now being displayed as France's hidden Hard Rock plus Nomad setup is introduced, allowing the Nomad player to have an easier time, and the French take a decisive break point, tying it up 4-4.
Doesn't mean anything. Even that break from Drax will not. It's 600k score. What a crazy team play! This is
Yeah.
exactly what
This
France
is what
needed
they
to
needed.
get back into the match. Yeah.
Yeah,
A break point.
When Kumani actually hit that little stream there, and Nuage actually hit it too. That's actually
crazy.
insane from Nuage.
On hidden, that's crazy. Yeah. That's a really crazy score. Top score in the lobby.
With the French heart picking Hard Rock 1 as they try to prove that teamwork is everything, UC2 and Celine start to enter into their zones and prove that they aren't being skill capped in the OSU World Cup. They take the break point and take the lead 5-4 on Hard Rock 1.
But UC2 is holding it, and Offman missing as well. It's so close. Mize has to hold, or UC2 needs to miss. I think both need to happen, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually the score lead's increasing.
What?
Oh, and Mize missing.
No,
I
dude.
think that's it.
UC2 hit that. No way. There's just no way.
Yeah, it's over. That is the end of
The hole that they found themselves in earlier, and they're right back in the hole. It's wow, what a crazy score from UC2, by the way. Even with that break there at the end, pushing over 400k, the only player in the lobby to do so.
And
Unless
that
Celine gets there at the end.
40k score lead is very misleading.
Yeah,
It's now 60k, but yeah, that is very misleading. This
that's
map,
wild.
But as the Dutch try to take advantage of the skill boost with DT1, the zone wears off as UC2 and Celine and Golem isn't able to pick up the slack as all the combos drop on the side of the Netherlands and the French tie it up again 5-5.
That was one of their full combos.
oh,
in
the
the
Mize, that's a pretty big miss, but Nuage is still holding.
Yeah, it's Nuage versus Unveiled Golem right now. It's a 1v1. The supporting combos are actually favoring France as well. 2 300s, 2 more breaks. Netherlands just collapsed. The Netherlands just had a full team miss, and this map is over.
Grackle's missing there as well, helping it out. Netherlands know how, this is something that France should pick, and that, Netherlands is pretty weak at, considering. And I mean, look at France's scores: 500, 500, 700, 400, and then you look over on the other side: 440, 400, 450, 440. I mean, it's just, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this just seems like France, like the Netherlands had a good team score, but I don't think that they had the possibility to have one person pop off on this map as much as France did. And
Yes.
France got their pop off. Nuage got their 700k.
And with France picking Fremont 3 as their last pick, the carries of the Dutch duo aren't enough as XD and Golem are massively struggling on the double hard rock. The French have a solid team score showing the difference between superstar play and teamwork, as France now take the match point.
Boon for France, and
Oh,
Nuage
no.
needs to. Oh yes, it's over.
I mean, I don't think the slider mattered, but oh my god. That is a nail biter. We've got one more section right here at the end. Chain misses? No chain misses.
Oh
France
my
takes Fremont
god!
3.
France taking Fremont 3 by the backpack of Drackles. I mean,
crazy
Celine and
score.
UC2 just absolutely went mode, but this is what we were talking about with Netherlands and the problem. I mean,
And for the last pick of the match with the possibility of it going to tiebreaker, the Netherlands pick Nomad 1, and all of the Dutch prayers are now in UC2 and Celine's fingertips as we head into what could possibly be the last map.
Starting to get close to over, actually. We've got 1/3 of the map left. A stream, both players hit it.
there's a really funky stream here, I believe, and but Truckstarter can't hit it. And it's 200k.
Oh,
UC2
no
is
way.
stuck.
No way he slow slidered. Are you kidding?
Oh, that is absolutely detrimental. That honestly might spell the end for Netherlands. These 5 digits will never have to deal with UC2 or Celine for the next 5 years at the least. And they are officially done with 5-digit tournaments. And
Wow.
because France wins, the final match of the 5-digit United States World Cup will be tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, an S rank. 1 slider break on the Nomad 1. When do you see that happen?
That made the
That's
difference.
the
That one
difference
slider
maker?
break lost them the map, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
And unfortunately, at the end of the map, UC2 breaks on a slow slider, S-ranking the map with 1 slider break, and Netherlands sadly takes 3rd place with Oob, UC2, Celine, XD, Cheesy Eat, Unveiled Golem, and Nibble, and Just Lucan representing the Dutch 5 digits as we say goodbye to UC2 and Celine as they graduate to 4 digits through BWS and hopefully rank up soon.
He's going mode right now. He hit that.
He is making Russia afraid of them.
Russia, do not
Wow.
go to tiebreaker. Do
Russia
not
does
go to
not want to go to
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker anymore.
Yeah, okay. But okay, so I still think it is super Netherlands favored, but
Yeah.
with that pop off from Druxarda,
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely could have won this. And, I mean, Droxarda, what the hell?
After beating the Titans of the Netherlands, France's job is not over yet, as they face the behemoth of Russia, who they have previously lost in winners finals 7-4. But with momentum on their side from France's win against the Netherlands, spirits were high, and they're looking forward to an amazing match, starting off strong with a 3-3 win.
The Russian team, like they did the Netherlands, and you see Maki Brony down at the 180k. If France has more picks where they think they can just get a high baseline score, like you see their lowest score is still 300k, and everyone else is just around 400k or above. These picks are just going to be so strong for France if they have more of these.
Yeah, the skill cap is... It really comes into play at the grand finals, right? Where basically every map has some level of skill cap that you can kind of abuse if you're the right team. France has to find what maps they can actually use their skill cap.
Russia had a close moment after picking Nomad 2, recovering really well despite their loss of combos late in the map, evening the score out 1-1.
There definitely isn't, and you know, I mentioned the stamina. You saw all the stamina run out for France there at the end. You saw some misaims as well, and that's going to be the kiss of death on a long Nomad 2 like this, and Russia is going to steal it back by under 100,000 points. 1-1 goes to score. Pick back to France.
A little scary. It looked like a mispick. It looked like it might be a French breakpoint this early on, but Russia able to hold on, able to recover, and able to take it back at the very end there.
Speaking of narrow score caps, as the French pick 3-1, they're still able to maintain the lead off the back of MyGD's near FC, making it 2-1. No breakpoints yet, tensions are still high with both teams being this evenly skilled.
Look at that, we're near the end of the map, still in FC, still 99% accuracy, almost misaiming right there, but who cares, MyJD holds!
Oh no, he breaks right at the end! He did his job though, 921k, gonna be enough to just barely edge out the Russian Federation. 50k score in the lead for France. They're going to be taking their second pick in what was surely much closer than I think a lot of us anticipated.
However, as Russia picks Nomad 5, Mai shows his true face, as he unleashes his genetics with a 99.38% AC FC. With 10 100s as he along with Droxarda's supporting combo won their first breakpoint, making it 3-1 for France.
EOB, you have genetics indeed. MyJD taking it away. Huge supporting combo from Droxarda. Unfortunately, Gondry, he did what he needed to do. 700k from Droxarda, 900k from MyJD. That's a French breakpoint.
What is that? 547k point win, break point for Team France. MyJD, 10 100s on his FC, 970.
And another top score from Mice as he now dominates the early part of this match, carrying his team like LeBron. One could say he's LeMaitre James, putting his French squad up and above at 4-1.
You know what I'm looking at right now though? This is the third map in a row with MyJD as a top scorer. He is doing what I like to call the super carry performance, where you just take over the match. You think of crazy athletes like LeBron James, where just having them on the court gives you an advantage. I'm looking at MyJD and I'm thinking that right now. He is the best player in this lobby right now, and that is going to make a massive difference for France as he top scores his third map in a row.
The 5.
But Nitro enters the fray as Hidden 3 was picked to keep Russia's chances alive, with him getting this top score off his late choke as they now start to pull themselves closer to the French at 4-2.
Protected pick, up 370k score in the lead, gonna be taking it, getting back on the board. 2-4 goes the score.
This was the right choice for Russia to swing the momentum back just a little bit, finding themselves a second point, finding themselves solace. Even as France picks next, Russia has something on the board. It's not over. It's a French pick next, but Russia is looking good on stuff like this.
And the Russians have found the perfect counter to the French strategy of the 3-mod setup of their extra players playing HDHR plus Nomad, by matching with their own with light 1-3-5, winning the Nomad matchup against Q-Mania, as they claimed their first breakpoint of the match, tracking themselves to 4-3.
Rocky Brony to break now. Nuage breaking is not what they want to see. Nitro breaks, but I don't think there's enough time anymore, even with the breaks all coming out from Russia. That's a break point for Russia.
That's everything that Russia needed. They have the chance to consolidate it with their next pick. They had the chance to bring it back to 4-4. That French lead that we saw, that 4-1, might dissipate, might go away in an instant here. It's Russia's chance to change everything right here.
Not satisfied with the outcome of this match being pulled away from the French, they picked it in two. With a top score from Mize along with the support of Nuage, France traded the breakpoint back, now making the score 5-3.
France taking the hidden 2, and they're going to go up 5-3 by a 300k score lead on their opponent's pick.
Yeah, I know that Mize was the top scorer in that map, but I feel like I can't go without mentioning Nuage, France's very, very talented low AR hidden player. We saw him on the Fremont 2 yesterday and today. Very, very good stuff from Nuage as well. Able to provide a lot of support for Mize to secure that French break point.
But with TT3 being picked by France, Imaginary Vaxi stands up to the goal line against Mize Papé and saves the goal attempt from France, and claims the third breakpoint in a row, pulling the score closer to 5-4.
Imaginary Vaxi doing so good for the Russian Federation here, taking that lead away. 900k now.
And that is going to be the 4th breakpoint of the match. It is all just if Imaginary Vaxi can hold his FC and he drops it right at the end. But he has done his job and then some, getting a million score, top scoring the lobby by such a large margin, just edging out Mize JD by above 150,000 score. And it is going to be a Russia breakpoint.
And finally, to end the streak of breakpoints, Russia picks TT4, and the team scores, showing how comfortable they are on the TT picks as they tie it up 5-5, now making it a best of 3 scenario with each team having one last pick.
I cannot believe it, Taikeni. This is getting so close. Each team has one pick left. Russia finalizing this pick up 350k score. Massive scores from Imaginary Vaxi and Kerndy on this one. But now the pick goes back to France. Russia breaking the streak of break points. France now needs to convert on their own pick, or else they would be facing a Russia-picked match point.
Pure France.
After an extremely close call in Nomad 6, as Russia's combos came crashing down very late into the map, France got themselves the match point. And the pressure was on for Russia on their last pick of the match.
20k lead, it looks like it might just hold, but Mize needs to hold on. Outmove breaks. Imaginary Vaxi breaks. Turn everyone on Russia breaks.
My God.
France.
Miles, France has just reached match point. France has guaranteed themselves, if not a bracket reset off of whatever Russia picks next, France has guaranteed themselves a tiebreaker.
And now, trying to summon the Vortex, and with at least one more match on the line, with both teams' nerves going through the roof, Russia picks HR2, and takes a comfortable map win, showing that they have ice in their veins.
The Vortex has opened itself a 5WC Grand Finals tiebreaker, can you believe it?
We're going to tiebreaker. There are so many shakes. Kerndy's cursor is so uncomfortable, along with Nitro's. But Nitro, once again, on the CS 6.5, as he did in Winners Finals, gonna be the big player on the precision. And Russia equalizes. Score now 6-6 as we get our custom song, custom map tiebreaker.
And at last, the 5-digit World Cup 2023 tiebreakers here. Malevolent Vortex by Silences, and luckily for us, we don't need a show match for this map to be summoned. And it all comes down to this. Will France live to fight in the bracket reset, or will Russia close this nail-biter of a match?
Accrued itself a 60k lead, which in tiebreaker terms is huge.
Yeah, if you think about it, that is a third of Mize's score about, or Drackles'. Rewatch
100%.
and Kerndy gonna be finding a couple of breaks. Maki Brony dropping as well. Light still holding on though, but Drixarda breaks. As long as Drackles holds, there's an opportunity, and the accuracies are dropping. The
There goes
lead has
Light.
disappeared. Light
Just
drops.
like that, Drackelman's gonna take it back on these Buzz Sliders.
Looks like we might be getting it.
Yeah, it's a full reset for everybody across the screen. All 8 players that we see here. So we go into the aim section. I don't think anything is going to change right now. You see every combo is matched by someone else. It's a stagnant lead. It's 50k in the favor of France. MyJD and Drackles putting in so much work, taking it all away for their team. Russia finally having a 300k player on imaginary backside, but it's just a little too late. As the lead slowly dissipates, though, I don't think it's going to be enough. You cannot just leave here. This set has been so intense, and we'll see in the next set who is the true champion of the 5-digit World Cup as France overcomes the odds and takes the Russian Federation down to the losers bracket. I imagine this does a great deal for the Russian mental and provides a huge boost to the French mental. We will be back in 10 minutes for the bracket reset, as both teams are now in the losers bracket here in the 5-digit World Cup 2023. Please stick around.
France has done it. We are going the distance to the bracket reset as they take the tiebreaker win with a late comeback. And some notable strategy changes as Russia changes their protected map from Hidden 3 in the previous set to Hard Rock 1. Both teams changed their second bans, with France banning DT4 instead because of Russia's Protect. And Russia banning Normal 3 with Meister's performance in the previous set. After a bit of a delay, with Russia picking Hidden 3, they were off to a shocking start. But despite the extremely late chain misses from France, the French secured the breakpoint into the first map of the match, with a score difference of less than 5,000 points.
Morning combo from Drixarda. I think that might be a French breakpoint, but you want to just find a
Hold
break?
on.
Drixarda, wait a second. Maybe I spoke
Kerndy.
too soon.
Oh, but Kerndy finding the drop. It looks like France just at the end here, just by 50,000 score. Oh, but the chain misses at the end. Is it gonna go? It doesn't. 4,000 points in favor of France. They take the first break point. The chain misses from Drixarda and Affelman at the end, almost swinging it back over. But France, nonetheless, taking the break point.
And giving themselves the opportunity to break away into the wind, France picks Fremont 3, and Drackles cooks up a low-ag FC with Hard Rock, winning the map in a dominant fashion.
100k. But unfortunately, Act doesn't work like that, but it looks like Drackles might be coming out with the Hard Rock FC, and he does it!
Drackles? Hello?
Hard Rock FC on Hard Rock 3. 90%. But getting the FC as long as he doesn't break on these sliders at the end. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
That
Thank
was
you.
beautiful. That was
FC.
beautiful. That's a Hard Rock FC on Fremont 3, one of the toughest maps in the pool, and Drackles plays it like it was nothing. That's
Oh
a
my God.
600k score lead that France just won off of. That was one of the biggest differences that we've seen throughout this entire Grand Finals weekend.
Skipping ahead at 3-2. As France picks Nomad 6, despite the very close call in the previous set, they shook off the nerves and showed their real scores as they dominate this map with almost 800,000 score difference, now extending the lead to 4-2.
I think this is the next break point, though. If anyone misses here, it'll be big. And it's Russia to break. What is France doing?
What is going on? Why are they all holding?
That is just not allowed. You have 3 600 combos on Tabby 2 Fairy. Affelman finally dropping his. But look at the damage. 500k. It's messed up.
I'm sorry, France. I didn't mean to say that this was a risky pick. My bad.
So dominant on this. It is just over.
Yeah, in the closing moments of this match, there's nothing left than just to question, what? France, they won this by a less than 50k margin last time, and now look at that, 782,000 points is the separator here. France looking amazing on this Nomad 6 here, up 4-2.
And as Russia picks Nomad 2 in an attempt to survive the French onslaught, but Mice leads the way with an almost FC carrying his team's wishes, carrying the hopes and dreams of the nation of France, wanting to be the best 5-digit nation in the world, with the lead being absolutely massive at 5-2.
Lock in another Unreal FC in this Grand Finals bracket reset. He's so close.
There's not that much map left, but unfortunately a break right there on that triple. But he's done what he needs to do. 900k, it's a France break point. Russia is in extreme danger right now. It's France's pick next. They have a chance to consolidate. They're up 5-2. This is like the 4-1 we saw in the first set. But France is ever so closer to match point. This is so big for them.
But France, picking Nomad 5 and being in the prime position to grab match point, imaginary Faxe has summoned his speed demons and FC'd the map like Mice did in the previous set. And the supporting combos from the rest of Russia secure themselves the breakpoint, bringing the lead closer at 5-3.
0.5% looking to lock in an FC on this Nomad 5.
Russia getting the break point they needed. They'll need another one to guarantee themselves an even game, but one break point is going to be enough to save them for now.
Wow, Maki Brony locking in the FC. What a strong performance from him. Matching what Mize did in the last set, albeit with a little bit less accuracy. But still, that break point is huge. Russia now looking to get back within striking distance of France here on their own pick.
With Russia picking Hard Rock 2, again trying to bring themselves closer to a tie game, there was a late French comeback attempt, but Russia narrowly took it with a 15,000 score difference. Now slowly taking it back to 5-4.
Really, I don't know if they have enough time though. 190k. Oh, but those chain misses bring it down very much. It's down under 100k. Is France gonna be able to do it with the combo on Afman? Mize finds a drop. It's gonna be so close into the ending. Oh my god!
No, it is a Russian win, but barely. 15k. Securing themselves another point. They're just one away from France now, 5-4. I feel like we've seen this before.
As France picks Nomad 4 after it was banned in the previous set, they now show that there can only be so many bans before France starts to prey on their unbanned maps. Now setting themselves up comfortably for match point at 6-4, guaranteeing themselves at least a tiebreaker again.
And no way they don't. They looked so dominant on that last time. Although with the confidence, like, they just lost a tech map and they might feel a little bit weird picking another, even though it is definitely a much different style of tech. This is more aim slider tech rather than that aim control stream tech that you see in the Hidden 3.
We'll see. Hidden 3 is an option. Honestly, after Hard Rock 1, I'm starting to believe Nomad 1 might be an option, though. A little more risky when France is the one already at match point. We'll see what they go with. Trust in the captain.
But with everything on the line, Russia picks Nomad 1, as they need to prove that they're the best aim players of 5 digits ever seen since qualifiers. With the captains, HRDS and Drexarta, duking it out for their teams, will Russia survive?
The highest scores are 300k from Drexarta and HRDs.
And I think it's going to be whichever one of those two break will determine a lot. Accuracy is in favor of HRDs among the two, but the lead is only 30k. I think other people right here. Afman and Nitro. Biotic. Oh, but HRDs and Drexarta hold. The two captains of the two grand finalists are going to be going head-to-head in the last chorus of this Nomad 1.
That's it.
Thanks to Kerndy and Monkey Brony's ending combos, HRD's holding on for long enough to hold off Drexarta. Russia gets one more chance. into this stupid ending, by the way. Mize is going to be hitting the ending as well as Drixerda and Nitro. Very impressive from them. But Russia taking their final pick. 5-6 goes the score. France gets to pick for the match.
And with France picking DT2 as the last pick of the match, despite the early DC from Maki Brony, Russia dominates the map despite it being a 3-4. And just to add insult to injury, it was a Bancho DC, which meant the score gap is way larger than it is. And the Vortex is summoned once again for the last time.
Get our second Grand Finals tiebreaker. Bracket reset. Going the distance. Russia coming back. And it looks like another disconnect coming out from France, but it's not going to matter. It is going to be a definitive Russian point. 600k from Banfi, 560 from Light, and 500 from Imaginary Vaxe will be enough to send us to our second tiebreaker.
Miles, my heart can't handle this.
Dude, it's been 4.5 hours.
Miles, we just got ourselves a second 5-digit World Cup Grand Finals tiebreaker. My lord!
This is it. The map to end all maps. The 5-digit World Cup all comes down to the last 6 minutes of the pinnacle of 5-digit Osu. There are no words to convey the emotion of everyone at this moment. From the players, commentators, and the audience watching. Who will win the 5-digit World Cup?
Drackles, Q-Mania, Mize, Drexerda up against Kerndy, Imaginary Vaxe, Light, and Nitro. These 8 players will undergo this 6-minute behemoth 7.6 star in a 5-digit tournament map.
Let's go. This is the apex of low rank 5-digit tournament skill. This is it. All these players better rank up. I never want to see them play in another 5-digit tournament again after this. France versus the Russian Federation Grand Finals tiebreaker, round 2.
DWC D-Ranker World. Pray for Russia's downfall. In this techie section, we're seeing a lot of comfort from players. We saw lots of combos being built up in this section during the first set as well. This is a section where we're going to be expecting a lot of players to hold on. Nitro finding a drop, though, going to be giving a slight combo lead in favor of France, especially as Light finds a drop as well. And Imaginary Vaxe, it's a 3-way reset for the Russian Federation. With only Q-Mania dropping for France, they are in prime position to start to get their combos back and get the score lead in their favor.
Over until it's over, though.
Imaginary Vaxe continues to break. The lead is now cut in half. It's only 30,000 score, and it's going down even faster. Drackles and Mize and Drixerda are pulling with everything they can. 20k, it's still going down. Another slow section is going to be very, very bad for Russia. France still holding their combos. It is down to 15, 13, 12. So fast. France in prime position here with only the final third remaining. The 5-digit World Cup all goes down to the next 2 minutes of beat map.
France is holding such a dominating
Mize
position, but there
drops.
goes Mize. These speed patterns are so hard too. Catching out Nitro, catching out Kerndy. There's Russia's Major's combo gone. Look at Drackles and Drixerda. They have so much combo, and now it's going to be unmatched as Kerndy just can't find anything. Light's the only hope that Russia has at this point.
It's 30k in favor of France. The accuracy drops for Russia, sending it back over. Drixerda and Drackles with such a dominating combo, and Q-Mania up at 500 as well. Oh my god, France once again in the final third of the map, taking a massive advantage on the speed section into these kick slider jumps.
Team Captain Drixerda crossing the 100k line. The Drackles just crossed as well. Holding that advantage for France. You're seeing it. It's almost 100k. That's so big for a tiebreaker like this. France looking so good, but Q-Mania finds a drop right there. That's so big. That's a lot of combo gone. Drixerda has to hold now as we get into the main tech section here. Here we go. This could determine if Drixerda drops. It's not over. Russia can take it over with Light's combo with Nitro supporting.
There he goes.
Drixerda.
Light
And
with
look at
1k
Light.
combo has to hold. He has to hold, but Light drops. 70k score in favor of France, and there's no combo on Russia to contend. I think it might be over, Titani.
I think it might be 70k in the favor of France on this aim section. People are continuing to drop left and right. Mize is matching Kearney. Nobody can get too big of an advantage. Mize does fall, but I don't think Kearney's going to find enough points just in time. I think this might be it. I think France might have done it. I think France might have come back from the losers bracket and won 2 tiebreakers in a row to take the 5-digit World Cup.
And that they have done. 70k in the lead. They go to the slow section. Imaginary Vaxei has stopped playing. The dust has cleared. Your victor of the 5-digit World Cup 2023, France.
France, seed 4, an unlikely candidate, I feel. Throughout this tournament, we saw them struggle against Russia in the winner's side finals, but doing it, taking it on the second grand finals tiebreaker they had to play today, through all the trials and tribulations. Vive la France as they take it 7-6 once again.
Defeating number 1 seeded Netherlands twice, defeating now the Russian Federation seed number 2 twice. France, the slayer of kings, the slayer of titans, gonna be sitting atop the throne, claiming the trophy, 5-digit World Cup champion. What a GG well played that was.
Oh my goodness, what a match! And it ends off with Russia taking a hard-fought and unfortunate second place with Hards, Nitro, Danfi, Light135, Imaginary Vaxei, Maki Bruni, and Filtrator being so close yet so far. Chin up, my friends. You will have your time in the spotlight and rise from the ashes like a phoenix. And finally, our 5-digit World Cup winners of 2023 are France! With Drexarta, Afman, Dracos, Biotic, Nuaj, Jacko, Qmania, and the MVP, Mice JD, as they are your first Osu major champions of 5 digits, along with taking the 5th win of April and 32nd overall. With this win, they will also be going home with their own exclusively ingrained Momokai keypads and a custom Foxbox tablet or mousepad of their choice. Also, just before we close off this chapter of 5-digit history, I am here with Stage, who is your host of the 5-digit World Cup and was a former player himself for Team USA from last year's edition. I had 3 questions for him and he went into detail in certain questions which I cut for time constraints, but the unedited version will be in the description below. First up, what were your expectations for this tourney, and do you have any US or any bias of them doing well again this year?
So my expectations from the very beginning were get it badged at number 1. That was my top priority. I knew to get there that we would need a very solid staff team, and I had just finished hosting STT3, which is Stages Tranquility Tournament 3. It went very well, and that gave me a lot of confidence. I was able to bring a lot of that, like those staff members over into 5WC. A lot of our replayers and playtesters. Rob came from STT. Timper came from STT as well. I think STT was his first tournament and like being a staff member in, and he has been rock solid. I knew that we were going to need a lot of organizational skill to pull this off, and originally I had said no. I was offered by Statlord. He had asked a few others, but they had declined. So then he asked me. I guess he saw STT as well and figured I would be a good host. So he asked me, but I also said no originally because it just seems like such an impossible task to run a good 5WC. Then he asked Hitomi eventually. I think he got around to Hitomi. And Hitomi came back to me, said, hey, look, do you want to do this with me? And, you know, before I agreed, I basically said, okay, well, here's what needs to happen. I want to be the host, and I want to be able to have like full organizational control, if I'm going to be involved in such a capacity. You know, I didn't want to be co-host, I wanted to like run the thing. And that turned out to be the best decision, you know, 9 months later, after it's all said and done. Now, on the topic of US NA bias, as a host, I have to remain unbiased. However, if you look on my profile, I have a banner that says I'm supporting the United States, right? So, obviously, I love my American 5-digit community. I was a 5-digit World Cup player last year for United States, and I have met so many people through that 5-digit US scene. Same goes for Canada. I love the Canadian community, Canadian 5-digit community especially. They're super cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm in like at least 6 different Discord servers dedicated to like NA 5-digit stuff. So obviously I have more familiarity with NA than EU or other parts of the world. However, US, they seeded number 8. There was, you know, really no way to get around that. Like, obviously I would never rig anything. As much as I love my NA 5-digits, they perished in the finals at the latest. So we ended up with a totally European / Russian final, right? Or podium. So as much as I love them, I rooted for them, but there was really nothing more I could do outside of that.
Second, how were you able to handle so many registrations at once at the start of the tourney?
So we had over 2,700 signups. And the way we handled it was through a website, and this was in collaboration, well, not really in collaboration with, but I got help from Mirai Subject, who runs the OC Tournament Hub Discord. He's an admin there, if not the founder. So I talked with him for a couple hours one day. He has this website template that allows you to log in with OSU and log in with Discord. So the way we had everything set up was you log in with OSU, and then you log in with Discord, and you get ported to Discord automatically, and your username gets changed to your OSU name automatically. You get your roles. Everything is done as automated as possible. We automated as many things as possible. With the... Well, so there was a problem. So in some cases, a user could log in with OSU and log in with Discord, and the portion of the application responsible for taking that login information and storing it in our database failed. So that was our API layer, our application programming interface layer, and I still to this day do not know why this happened. If a user registered a second time, they would go through just fine, but it's like they got ported to the Discord and registered, but their registration information was not saved in our database. Therefore, they would not show up on the main sheet, and their registration effectively didn't count. So they had the role, and they were in the Discord, and we had logs of this happening, but they were not stored in the database, which was catastrophic. That is never happening again. I cannot explain to you why this happened, because again, if you registered again, it would work. And the logs, it showed this ambiguous error that I was ripping my hair out for days trying to fix. And I thought I fixed it, and apparently I didn't fix it. And we actually got a tournament report for this. Now, Ephemeral, the PTSD part is it comes from Ephemeral joining our Discord and like publicly flaming the hell out of me. Rightfully so. Do I agree with the way he flamed me? No. Would I have done that? No. But given last year and the reputation of the tournament, we were basically threatened with like a permanent unbadge right then. However, we fixed it, we talked it out, and it's all good. I mean, I've since gotten compliments from tournament committee members directly, and I'm Very confident that we will get badged. If not, I will be pretty surprised. But yeah, that happened. That was a big lesson that I learned. Never gonna happen again. And yeah. Additionally, aside from that error, we had another problem where when we started registrations, I think we got maybe 1,000 registrations in the first few hours. Maybe like, I mean, we got hundreds of registrations instantly. And Discord's API cannot handle that many notifications. You know, we had a Discord bot that would notify people as soon as they joined the Discord and we verified their registration. The Discord API literally cannot handle that many requests at once. So we were rate limited, and my server, which I thought could handle that, you know, amount of traffic, it basically crashed due to lack of resources. So, I mean, this was maybe a couple hours after regs opened. The server literally just died. It, you know, ran out of memory. So I had to shut the server down, upgrade the memory, and start it back up again. Now, additionally, there were some programming errors from my end that resulted in really inefficient processing of data. So that also contributed to the server running out of resources. You know, the API layer was sending kilobytes of data per person, which is a lot in terms of text. You know, a 1 megabyte text file is like millions of lines, so, or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of lines. So, yeah. Overall, I learned so many lessons from this registrations process, and we were kind of winging it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have experience running a World Cup, and neither did, I think, any prior 5WC host, considering it changes hosts every year. So, yeah, we learned a lot, and none of that stuff is gonna happen in the future.
And lastly, the tiebreaker was really amazing, and there's so much effort from the entire team, especially Cydosis. How excited were you to see it twice in the match?
So, that was absolutely mind-blowing. Like, I was there the whole time, from start to finish of these matches, and to see the tiebreaker get played twice was just absolutely unreal. I cannot even explain to you. We had over 700 viewers, which was more than the Osu World Cup, or Osu Taiko World Cup, and more than Battle of the Box, which was run by Zudinator, on her channel. So, like, we were totally dominating the Osu section for a couple of hours, which felt really cool as a 5-digit tourney, and I think Osu would have benefited from granting us a main menu banner, but I digress. I say that lightheartedly. I mean, we requested a banner, but obviously there were reasons why we didn't get it that I'm totally fine with. It's just kind of funny that we had so many viewers without a main menu banner. But yeah, seeing so much effort pay off like that, it's like, just to get it seen, just to see it played in one match is fantastic. But two, that was a real treat. I'm very happy. It's honestly a miracle that we got that tiebreaker finished on time. We had very tight deadlines. You know, the song was finished, I think, at the end of February, maybe beginning of March. So we had under a month to map this entire project, which was a huge collab. It ended up being a blind collab. We were going to have each section done before the next one, but we ended up just having to do a blind collab where mappers just map their section, and then at the end we fix transitions and structure and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm super thankful to the mapping team for getting this done and seeing this through. It definitely was not easy, especially because Corsai's, I think Corsai's Open has mapping deadlines, or maybe it's Corsai's Closed, I can't quite remember. It might have been Corsai's Closed mapping deadlines, yeah, because that's going on right now. But yeah, just a super cool project. Cydosis ended up doing that song for free, and I promised him that we would shout him out as much as possible, so I'm going to here. Sydosis, Sydossys. Super cool guy. He's taking commissions for songs. I highly recommend working with him. And even when he was going to charge, I gave him the opportunity to give me a price, and it ended up being a little out of budget. But it was only like $100. But that's really not that expensive for a custom song that is like 6 minutes long. So still, highly recommend working with him. And I'm super thankful to him for working with us. I was able to work super closely with him, suggest feedback on even individual notes in the song, like that level of detail. And he didn't have any problem working with me on that. No problem applying suggestions at all. So super grateful to him, super grateful to the mapping team. We were all, I mean, just as an example of these tight deadlines, we were going to have a storyboard, but they had missed the deadline by a couple days, and we couldn't do it. We had to scrap that. So, yeah, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Overall, super happy with the map. I think Elchier is trying to rank it right now. And, yeah, super grateful we got to see that played match. So, yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much, Mr. No Life, for these questions. I hope you enjoyed my answers, and I'm looking forward to seeing the video.
And I also have Mice JD with me, who's the MVP of the French team, as he topped the match cost across both matches today with 4 hours of intense Osu gameplay from just these 2 matches alone. As we saw in the tiebreaker earlier, it ended with an extremely close call within less than 100k of a difference between the players, and I asked Mice how he and his team felt as soon as he saw the scores near the end of the map, and they felt so relieved and overjoyed that they have finally done it after so many swings and close calls back and forth from both teams. He also thanked the team for being the best, and I agree with his saying. And oh my goodness, they have played 4 hours of the best Osu 5 digits have ever seen so far, if not ever, at least for a while. And I talked with Mice about how it felt playing for this long, and most of his team weren't used to playing for 4 hours at a time, so it is a unique experience for them. And a lot of them didn't want to play the tiebreaker due to exhaustion. Draxarta especially could barely manage to play any more maps after this. As for Mice, he felt both physically and mentally fine as he focuses on the match at hand. Talk about being in the zone. Lastly, talking about Mice's tourney ambitions in the future, it seems that he will be planning to keep on joining more tourneys, but especially open ranked tourneys, and hoping to get good performances there. He won't be speedrunning his graduation to 4 digits anytime soon, but he won't be holding back on his farming either. But he has his sights set on the 4-digit World Cup this time, hoping to get a rematch with the Russian squad and especially Jelium from USA. Thank you to both Stage and Mice JD for the interviews, and before we close off this chapter of the 5-digit World Cup, I'd like to give credit to all of the amazing tourney staff that made this possible. Okay, this is gonna be a long one, I think. It's been over a month since the last 5WC Grand Finals. It was supposed to come out the week after that match, but school happened, life happened, and honestly, the tourney scene has changed so much ever since. For mostly there's 5 USC riddled with incidents like Hitomi-chan being banned, and then Bandai's X-Trison multi-account incident. And then now everyone has eyes on the 5-digit scene in a negative way because of D-rankers and how they're performing so well that Donut as hit circle for the tourney that is happening right now. Their upper rank range has been pushed from 10k up to 8k, and the upcoming Konoha Cup 4 that I will be adminning for, the rank will also be pushed to 7.5k the same way Donut as hit circle was. So one thing, it encourages the D rankers to rank up without worrying they'll be overranked for the tourney, especially with BWS. But also, I think it gives an incentive for the D rankers to graduate, I suppose, BWS or no BWS. And oh my gosh, the teams today, I've been joining tourneys because I almost have my school finals done and I wanted to join tourneys. But now every team wants a piece of the super player pie. They want 5 WC players in their team so that they can get stronger and have a chance at winning or getting a top 3 and all that. Yeah, the strength of 5 digits today is really insane. Anyways, I guess that's it. Can finally move on to my current date weekly dose of 5 digits timeline, hopefully. And thank you for watching. If you're still around, I think by the time this is uploaded, this is going to be over an hour long. So yeah, thank you, and on to the next one.